Deuteronomy 15, verses 1 through 11. It says, "At the end of every 7 years, you must cancel debts. This is how it is to be done. Every creditor shall cancel the loan he has made to his fellow Israelite. He shall not require payment from his fellow Israelite or brother, because the Lord's time for canceling debts has been proclaimed. You may require payment from a foreigner, but you must cancel any debt your brother owes you. However, there should be no poor among you, for in the land the Lord your God is giving you to possess as your inheritance, He will richly bless you. If only you fully obey the Lord your God and be careful to follow all these commands I am giving you today. For the Lord your God will bless you as He has promised. And you will lend to many nations, but will borrow from none. You will rule over many nations, but none will rule over you. If there is a poor man among your brothers in any of the towns of the land that the Lord your God is giving you, do not be hard-hearted or tight-fisted towards your poor brother. Rather be open-handed and freely lend him whatever he needs. Be careful not to harbor this wicked thought. The 7th year, the year for canceling debts, is near, so that you do not show ill will towards your brother, your needy brother, and give him nothing. He may then appeal to the Lord against you, and you will be found guilty of sin. Give generously to him, and do so without a grudging heart. Then, because of this, the Lord your God will bless you in all your work and in everything you put your hand to. There will always be poor people in the land. Therefore, I command you to be open-handed toward your brothers and toward the poor and needy in your land." Amen. Well, the title for today's sermon was inspired from a book that I've read a couple times since purchasing it. So, and I've even done some writing in that book to make notes. I mean, that's something I don't normally do with a book, because every once in a while I loan it out to somebody and I don't want a bunch of notes written in it. I want them to form their own opinion. Of course, I do write in the Bible. I do make my own notes in the Bible. You're free. Maybe because I don't loan my Bible out, that could be a problem. But this book that I've read, that I found fascinating, deals with how we call ourselves Christians, and we know what we mean by that, and we understand our intention as Christians. But those people on the outside of the church, on the outside of our body of believers, don't see it the same way. They don't understand us the same way. They don't receive what we're trying to do the way we think they're receiving it. And that's something we need to pay attention to. That book that I've read comes, I think, I may have mentioned it once before in here already, but it's called Unchristian. Unchristian. What a new generation really thinks about Christianity and why it matters. It's written by the president of the Barna Group, a big survey group in the United States. They do, they talk to people and get their opinions on many different things related to religion, Christianity. And so this book was written by the president based on a lot of research that they've done over time, and a friend of his that quit his job to specifically minister so people would understand, specifically this generation, this recent generation. I'll tell you what they call it here in just a minute. It's mainly written to those that they call mosaics. So you're born between 1984 and 2002, that's your group. The group just before that they call the busters. And the difference of opinion, the difference of what it means to be a Christian, and those that are in the church who fit that group, and those that are outside the group who are looking in and wondering, just what does it mean? What does a church mean? Because they're not unfamiliar with the church. Many of them have gone to the church. Many of them have heard sermons, they've read the Bible, and the reason they are not in the church is because they don't see a connection between what people say and do as believers, even though our intention is to show there is a connection, but they don't see that, and so they stand on the outside. So they're not unaware of what the Bible says. They're not unaware of who Jesus is, but they're just not willing to follow after that when it doesn't